Okay.
Okay, so welcome, everybody. It's good to see you all. So Lizzie sent me a couple documents shortly before the meeting, and one of them is the draft funding guideline for AmeriCorps. So can you bring that up for us, Lizzie?
Sure. 2 seconds. All right, how does that look? Can we see it?
Yes. Can see it, it is small.
All right, so this has pretty much remained the same.
Lizzie, you might want to increase the size of the document.
How's that for folks?
I would keep going until it fills from side to side.
Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay. So let's see. So it appears that Volunteer Tennessee received the notice of funding opportunity and instructions from AmeriCorps on the 27th of January. And that we published our Tennessee version on the 11th of February. Volunteer Tennessee had information sessions for potential grantees this week. And okay, grant application, technical assist on the 25th. So is that for reviewers or?
No, we probably won't do this one. The grant application technical assistance webinar, that's for like applicants submitting in e-grants and things.
Oh.
I don't know, we always add it, but we never do it.
Okay.
And if we hear from applicants that have questions about the technical aspects of submitting the grant, then we would typically have that, but we don't usually get a whole lot of those kinds of questions. So it's been a while since we've had to have one of those grant technical assistance sessions.
Okay. Okay, cool. And okay, so this jumps us from the 25th to the 9th, which is our commission meeting at the conference. And when are the training sessions for reviewers?
That's going to be your peer review process timeline.
Oh, that's the other document? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we just do this timeline first and then move to the next one.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so this next section, timeline for competitive. Okay, so February 11th, the NOFO goes out on February 11th. And so the draft competitive applications are are due to Volunteer Tennessee by next week, huh? Next Wednesday.
Yes, and this is so
Okay.
this is the first draft for competitive. So this would be what we review in the when peer reviews are working on when peer reviewers are reviewing. They'd be reviewing the first draft. We did also earlier on in the year, kind of anticipating this really short turnaround, ask programs to submit drafts. So hopefully they're in a good place for this 1 week turnaround, 2 week turnaround, because they've already received feedback from us on 2 drafts.
Okay. Okay, so then staff reviews from the 26th until March 3rd. Okay. I'm trying to, the 4th, competitive grant applications, discussion with staff, suggestions and feedback. Then March 18th, the final draft of competitive. March 24th, executive committee review of the competitive and EAP. What is EAP?
Oh, Education Award Program.
Okay. Okay, so the competitive, the programs that are submitted for the competitive process, those aren't reviewed, aren't part of the peer review, right?
They are. Because, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, well, so the, it's gets a bit complicated because the final version is not, because the feds have their own peer review process. And so, and the AmeriCorps agency is the entity that selects the programs that are funded through competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a separate peer review process. And then I think what Lizzie was about to say is for the recompeting competitive programs or new competitive programs, the first version that they submit goes into the formula pool for review if they don't get funded.
Right, right.
Sorry, Lizzie, that I don't know if that's what you were going to say, but
Yeah, that's what, that's kind of what I was asking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And sorry, I'm going to jump in. I don't know if I just completely missed this, but what is our goal for looking at this? Are we approving it, or are we like, what are we trying to get to?
I don't know, do we need to take a vote and approve this? Or are we just looking at it for information?
yeah, well, you can. So this revised timeline is something that staff would like to present to the full commission to review and approve at the March meeting. And so typically that would go through this committee first, and the committee would review it. Whether or not you vote on it is up to you. You can. I don't think it's entirely necessary to vote on it, but you can if you want. But the issue is whether or not you all have questions or see things that maybe we need to change, or add clarification before it goes to the full commission?
I guess my question is, does the peer review for the formula programs show up in this timeline? Because that's what we would be most concerned about. Or, there it is. Okay.
So yes, we will get there.
Okay. Okay.
Do we want to skip down to the formula timeline?
Yeah, I don't have any questions under the competitive. I don't know if Jessica does or Kim. Okay, so under the formula applicants, so what we would be as reviewers, what we would be most concerned about is the training, which takes place from 2/27 until 3/6. And that's virtual training that we can do individually anytime we want, right? During that time frame.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, can we go down a bit more, please? Thank you. Okay, so 3/20 is when the grant review team receives the applications. And then we have until April 3rd to return them. So that's 11. So that's 2 weeks. Okay. So does anybody on the committee have any questions about that time frame? 3/20 to 4/3. Okay. Then in mid-June, we find out when which programs were accepted into the competitive process and which are, I guess, dumped back into formula. Okay, so June 16th, we receive the funding recommendations, and then on the 17th, we have a committee call to develop the recommendation that we're going to present to the full commission. And then we have a full commission meeting on June 18th. So that's what's usually our May meeting, right? May meeting is pushed to June this year.
Correct. Although the commission, and this is, I think, probably something the commission will discuss at its March meeting. The commission could go ahead and meet in May. Just we wouldn't have the information to be able to make the formula funding decision in May.
Mhm.
We wouldn't have that until June. So the question is whether or not to just completely not do that May meeting, or do the May meeting and then also do a June meeting,
Okay.
potentially in place of one of the other. I think there's one that's scheduled in August.
Mhm.
So that's a discussion point for March. But for right now, that meeting that's on the screen would be the timing that would allow the commission to make the formula funding decision in time to submit to the AmeriCorps agency in time to get the federal award letters processed so that we could start the programs in mid-August to early September.
Mhm. Right. Okay. So I would like to know who of us is going to participate in the peer reviews for formula programs. So I know that I will. Anybody else?
I'm happy to help.
Okay.
Said they're happy to help.
Jessica?
All right, thanks, Jessica.
Okay. Adam, do you usually?
I don't think I do, and I don't want to commit just yet. This summer's we're doing a lot of regional visits, and I don't want to get myself overextended.
Okay, this will be in March.
Okay. Let me get back.
Okay.
And I'm traveling 2 of the 4 weeks of March, so timing is not my friend in that particular window. Is there another way that I can support that?
Probably. Yeah, let's talk about that offline.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm out of the country from the 19th to the 28th, I think, or the dates on that. But otherwise, I might be able to juggle something.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I'll get back to you on that. There might be something you can do afterwards by just skimming all the applications and looking to see which federal and state goals they meet. So that doesn't involve, like totally reading every application. It's kind of skimming certain sections of it and putting together a spreadsheet. So that might be something that you could do in April, if that would work better time-wise for you. It's not
That
terribly
sounds great. And what I have a lot more time in April than I do in March. So however I can be helpful with that, you could stew on that a little bit and
Okay.
throw me under whatever bus is needed.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and actually I will be on vacation for half of our peer review time. So I'll try and get my share done during the first week of that 2 week chunk. Okay. Is there anything still below this? Okay. All righty. Should we take a look at the other document?
Well, maybe not. I
Okay.
didn't realize that the peer review was included in this one anyways, so I think all the dates you need to know are
Right.
included in that one anyways, so
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think there's a need to look at. The other one is just like an internal VT document, which has like also when I'm going to be preparing the materials and things like that, so we probably
Okay.
don't need to look at.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Um, Jessica, have you ever reviewed these grant applications before?
I have not reviewed these yet, no.
Okay.
I have reviewed grant applications in the past, just not related
Yeah.
to Volunteer Tennessee.
Okay. So if you want, after the training, which is available for us between 2/27 and 3/6, if you want to get together with me, or me and Lizzie and talk about, what to look for and that kind of thing. I've done it several times.
I'm
So,
assuming there's like a scoring rubric of
yeah,
sorts.
yes,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that's how most are, so.
Okay, yeah, there's a scoring rubric and then areas for comments. And so the comments you can do individually for each of the different sections of the applications. And then there's an area where you can put in an overall comment as well.
Our comments, and we can talk about this later. I was
Yeah.
gonna say our comments, something we try to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And, I try to balance out my comments. If there's things that I have concerns with, I'll always try and start it out with some part of it that I thought was really good. And then
Sandwich
kind
it.
of go- yeah, kind of. Yeah. I find that very, very often it seems like the content was copied over from previous years' applications. And so sometimes the information doesn't show up in the section where you think it should show up. And sometimes there are some sections that were omitted, and other times there are sections that are super, super, super wordy. There's 10-page, I believe for the narrative, it's a 10-page cutoff. And so in the training, they tell us, if it's over 10 pages, we don't have to read past page 10. I always do anyway, but we don't have to.
And will we get like a calendar invite for the trainings?
It's all asynchronous.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just be sent the link to it.
Okay.
And
You kind of do as you are able
beginning
to.
and end dates for it, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So any other questions about any of that?
I could add just like we don't give out the exact score sheets that you'll fill out, but we do give out feedback, so those notes are helpful. I mean, we don't do it all the time. I think it's only at the program's request. But we did
Yeah, I
say a
asked
number
because
of
like on
things.
our side, we try to limit our comments just because it is all public. And so, we tend to limit the amount of comments we put on the applications that we review, or in the past where I've reviewed applications. So it's only as really needed in my past work. So that's why I asked.
That's interesting. I never realized that. I just thought the comments went to the applicants. I didn't realize they were public.
I mean, the ones that I've worked on again are public. Pretty much anything we do is public. So that's,
Yeah.
it may not be the same for these applications necessarily. So,
Well, they would be subject to public inspection if anybody
Yeah.
wanted to see them. But typically what we would do is we would redact any reviewer personal information, because I think that would be allowable, and just provide the comments. And what we do for the applicants, if they ask for it, we provide them with the staff and reviewer comments, but it's all just kind of in a single document. So it's not possible to identify a particular reviewer who said a particular thing.
Okay. That's good to know. Maybe I always thought that I needed to write a lot. So maybe I'll cut myself back a little bit this time. Okay. Any other discussion about that? Okay. Was there anything else we were supposed to do at this meeting? We're not working on our action plans. I guess not.
I don't, I'm not sure where you all are with your action plan. But and I'm not sure if we provided that to everyone before the meeting. So
No, I haven't received it.
yeah, so it probably wouldn't be
Yeah.
particularly useful to get
Okay.
into that if people haven't had a chance to look at it.
Okay. So, and we probably, our next full commission meeting is at the conference, and it's just like a 2.5-hour meeting. So we're probably not going to do committee stuff and work on action plans.
I think we'll have time for really brief committee report outs on, you know, kind of big projects that they're working on, whether it's related to the action plan or not. But we won't have time to go in depth for on anything really, because it'll, like you said, it'll be just about a little over a 2-hour meeting.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll work on it when we can. Okay, well, I don't have anything else. Was there anything else, Lizzie, that we were supposed to be doing?
I believe our agenda was just the funding process timeline and the peer review process. So if everybody's clear on those important dates.
Yeah.
And I know that you and Jessica will act as reviewers.
Yeah.
So you should be getting information like next week
Okay.
about that.
Mhm.
Otherwise, no, I don't think we don't have anything else on the agenda.
Okay, all righty. Well then, thanks everybody for coming. And I hope to see you at the conference and commission meeting and all that. So, okay.
All right,
Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.